In this video, we're going to look at the student view of Google Classroom. The student logs in using their S0 number at students.lmsd.org. I'm going to change this so that I can log in as a student. The student then puts in their password. This is their network password. Starts with ABCD and then a series of numbers. Remember, I'm using the address classroom.google.com, but you can get there again using the waffle menu here and then selecting Google Classroom. So what this looks like, you can see I'm enrolled currently in 4 classes and I've been invited to join a 5th class. If this is a class that I'm supposed to be in, I would simply click join and I would be a member of this class. If I haven't been enrolled in any class and I'm using the join code, I would use the plus sign here and I would type in the code that my teacher has given me. Some useful features before we actually look at a class is found here in this hamburger menu. These 3 lines we call the hamburger menu. If we click on it, you will see that it lists all of my classes again, but it gives me some other features, one of which is the calendar. And the calendar right now is blank because I have no assignments, but if I fast forward a few weeks to the beginning of school, you'll see that it does list all of my assignments. What's nice about it is it stacks all of my classes together so that if I just pick one class, you can see that that assignment is for that class, and then when I stack them together you can see all of the assignments. So if I'm enrolled in more than one class, maybe a special area or a support class, it will put all of the assignments in one place for me. Another nice feature of using this hamburger menu is the to-do list. So if I click the to-do list, it's going to show me everything that I need to do in all of my classes, and you can see that it labels underneath of it which class it's for, when it's due, and you can see that each of these is a hyperlink. So if I didn't turn something in that I need to, I can simply click on it and it will take me to the assignment. It also shows me everything that I've done. So I can see everything turned in, I can see the score here, and so on. I forgot to mention that when you're looking at it, you can also isolate a specific class or stack them all together and look at all of them at once. So using the hamburger menu again, let's go back into my main class page and we're going to look at this 5th grade class. In this class, you'll see I have a stream here where my teacher can post announcements. There aren't any, but there might be some here that I need to read. Then I have my classwork section. I also have my people section. This is the same as the teacher. The difference is there's no grade section here. Within my classwork section, you'll see this looks just like the teacher section, except certain things might be grayed out, which means that I've already completed them. So you can see here that the ones that are grayed I've already done, and the ones that are sort of darker I haven't completed. You'll also see I have an option here that says view your work. This is another useful tool. This is going to show all the work in this one individual class. So now we're only looking at my 5th grade class. I can sort by everything that's been assigned. So this would show all the assigned work, everything that's been returned. This is another nice feature for students because you can see right away the things that have been returned. Some of them have comments for me. This one has a score and this one has a comment that I would want to read, and the teacher wrote me a note. And so you can see anything that is either done late, completed, or with the score, and then any of these little comment boxes indicate that there's a comment that I should read. I can look at anything that's missing as well, and again these are all linked so that if I do see a number of things that are missing, I would click on them and I can complete the assignment directly from this page. So let's go back into this 5th grade class. And again, in the classwork section, again, I have my resources, and you can see the resources are grayed out because these are simply links to things. These aren't anything that I have to turn in. They're just going to take me somewhere, but it's not something that I have to interact with. Another nice feature of this screen is the Google Calendar. If I click this, it's going to take me to the full Google Calendar, which is a little bit more robust than the one that you saw initially within Google Classroom. This is actually a separate website, the address being calendar.google.com. And this, again, allows me to look at specific classes on the left, and you'll see even some classes that I'm no longer enrolled in are here, but it will allow me to look at some of the classes. So if I forward a little bit, you'll see that my assignments are here, and it's a different way to get to it. But this way I can look at a month view. I can also, I'm going to go back just a little bit here in May. There we go. I can also look at a day view, a week view, a year, and a schedule, or a 4-day view. So I have a lot more options. This is a full Google Calendar here, so it's a little bit more robust. And it is a separate tab, so I can easily jump back into my classwork. The last feature that students have is the People page. The People page includes the list of teachers, and it does include the list of classmates in your class. There's not a whole lot else on that page. Again, so if we return to the main page here, we go to classes. This is an overview of what your students will see in Google Classroom. I forgot to mention one other thing, which is they can easily open their work section or their Google Drive folder within each of these classes. So the work section we looked at already, but the Google Drive folder, every time a student's enrolled in a new class, they get a specific folder with all of their work automatically dropped into it. So if they needed to find something in a class, they have a new folder created for them in Google Drive. So that's another way for them to see it. You can see it takes a little while to pull it up because I have a lot of information in it, but any of the work that I have turned in is all inside of this folder for me. So that's what Google Classroom looks like in student view.